In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create some amazing looking mockup images using Midjourney. And I'm going to share 3 prompts with you here. 2 of the prompts will be for clothing mockups, so whether it's t-shirts, sweatshirts, that sort of stuff. And the last prompt will help you create some really nice looking wall art mockups as well in various different styles. So here we are inside of Midjourney or Discord, and the first step is going to be typing in /imagine, of course, and then we can paste our prompt into this box at the bottom. So you can copy and paste this from my video description. I will leave all of the prompts in there. This first one will create clothing mockups with people in it. So kind of like this example right here with a plain background, but you can also alter the prompt to generate like a real life background scenery if you wanted to. Just by the way, these prompts, I actually found them all on a website called Prompt Base. They're all by the same creator, and I will leave a link to his page in the description as well if you want to check out any of his other prompts. He agreed for me to share these prompts in the video with you. They're really, really good, very well engineered, so you can make some easy changes to them. To explain this first prompt a little bit, we've got a few brackets right here that we essentially need to change. These are variables that we can mess around with to get a different result with this prompt. So the first one says a person. In this case, that's quite obvious, so you could change this to woman, you could do man, girl, boy. You could be more in depth even if you wanted to, and add an ethnicity. You could add a hairstyle maybe, or a hair color. Just, you don't have to do that, but that's what that bracket is for. And by the way, there is other brackets with the same variable right here, the person. So I'm going to put woman there as well. You have to exchange them all. I think there's another one at the bottom. Yes, there is right here where it says actors. So you want to put woman there as well. Next up, we've got clothes. Obviously, this is going to be your product type. In most cases, I guess we'll have a t-shirt there, so I'm just going to add t-shirt. You can also change the color right here, so it's white by default, but obviously if you wanted a black mockup or another specific color, then change that one right here. Just remember there might be some other brackets that say clothes, so here at the bottom we've got that. Just quickly paste t-shirt into that as well. Then it says the woman is positioned against a color material background. So let's say we wanted a yellow background. You don't have to put a material there. You could put brick or wood or, you know, something if you wanted a bit of a texture as well. But I'm just going to leave that blank and say yellow background. The rest of the prompt, there's another background color thing right here. So I'm going to change that to yellow as well. And besides that, we've sorted everything out, unless I've missed something. The location type, studio, you could change that, but you don't have to. I'm just going to take the brackets off right here. Then you might notice it says version 5.1 at the end. That's just because the prompt was created before version 5.2 came out. So you can change that, you don't have to, but I'm just going to make that a small change right here. You can control the aspect ratio as well. So if you don't want a very tall mockup, maybe you want it to be wider or a square format, then just make an adjustment to the aspect ratio setting right here. But besides that, you're ready to go. So hit enter. You can obviously paste this in a few times by using the upwards arrow, or you could also put -- repeat at the end and then put, I don't know, 5 just to begin with. So we get some variations of that mockup and have quite a lot of choice to pick from. So here we go. We got some really nice results. Obviously, you will want to scroll through these, see which ones you like the most, and then use the upscale buttons right here to get a higher quality version. And as you can see, there's quite a variety in terms of hairstyles and ethnicities and that sort of stuff. So if that doesn't bother you, then leave it blank as I did right here with a woman, but you can add some more keywords to this. In some cases, we do have a bit of a brick wall behind them, which I don't think is a big problem. It does look quite nice, but for the most part we've got plain yellow, which is definitely really cool. It pops, it stands out in search results. And just by the way, if you did want a background scenery that's sort of more real life orientated, then you could change the prompt, and instead of having a color right here for background, just delete that. Same at the bottom, we'll take out the yellow right here, and the location type we can change from studio to city, for example. And then if I paste that prompt in right here, we're going to get some very different results. Moving on to prompt number 2, this one gives you clothing mockups once again, but without any people in them. So in this case, we get a fairly simple coat hanger mockup, and these are quite popular on sites like Etsy as well. So the few things we need to change here are clothes at the start. So I'm going to use black sweatshirt as an example. For some variety, you need to copy this and paste it into the other occurrences. So we've got clothes right here again, and one more time at the end. And then all that's left is some details for the background. So it says the sweatshirt is displayed against a backdrop of, and you can add some objects right here. You don't have to, you can take this out if you wanted to, but in this case I'm just going to add plants as one example that creator used. Then we've got yellow brick wall. I'm just going to change this to, I think, white brick. Take out that bracket. And then you need to place the same at the end of the prompt as well. So I'm just going to copy plants and white brick wall right here. Paste that in at the end of the prompt as well. And then you're ready to go. You can change the version if you want to, or the aspect ratio, and then hit enter. If you use upwards arrow, it pastes the same prompt in again, and you can quickly paste it in multiple times. So here we go, we got some decent results back. Midjourney didn't really pay attention to the white brick wall very much, but still the plants in these images definitely look quite cool and make for a nice effect. So yeah, check this prompt out. You don't have to put plants in there. You can play around with the background texture and obviously with the product types as well. And prompt number 3 for wall art, this one is a bit more straightforward, doesn't have too many things to change. First of all, you can adjust the piece of furniture that's underneath your poster or your frame. In this case, the default is actually a modern sofa, which looks amazing, but you could also change this to a bed, maybe if you wanted to be in a bedroom. You could do table, which I've played around with, that looks quite nice, or chair maybe. Just play around with different types of furniture. Next up, we've got the style. So is it a modern style house? Is it old-fashioned? Those are some things you could mess around with. I'll just leave that at the default. And then the living room. So this is the area obviously that it appears in. It is going to be living room in most cases, but you could also try out kitchen or bedroom, for example. The rest of the prompt can stay the same, and then you just want to hit enter and see what results you get back. So here we go, the results are in and they definitely look amazing. Midjourney is really, really good with poster mockups, especially the modern ones look so amazing. And you will occasionally find that Midjourney might add a graphic into the actual frame, but that's fairly easy to remove in Photoshop in most cases, so don't worry about that. And I also went ahead and tried some more old-fashioned mockups right here. So I added old-fashioned living room as well as sitting on top of a wooden desk. Now, whilst it's not always a desk in these images, there is definitely some nice results. Look at this one, for example, really, really cool, and it has a very unique style. So very fun prompt to play around with. Definitely check it out, and I hope you can get some good results. If you use Midjourney for print on demand, then you would definitely benefit from watching this video next, where I share 12 different t-shirt design prompts with you that will help you get some amazing results.